Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, and today we are looking at 5 simple ways that you can upgrade your rifle. So right here in front of me, I have my 300 Blackout, which is clear and empty, nothing in the chamber, and I want to show you the upgrades that I think are easy and simple to do on a platform like this. Many of you have asked, what have I done to this rifle? So that's why I'm using this rifle as the one to show you the upgrades, because a lot of you are wondering what I've done to it. Although I have videos on this rifle and everything I've done to it. Here's another one for those of you who did not go and watch the other ones. So first and foremost, when I buy a rifle, the very first thing that I do is I upgrade and put an optic on there. You can do iron sights if you want to, but I'm a red dot or optic fan, and that's the first thing that I put on there. Now, there's several companies and several optic ideas and options. So it's up to you what you want to go with. I would just say do your research. This one is a Holosun SCRS red dot, and it is a red dot, not a green dot. I usually try to go with green dots on mine because it just sits on my eye better. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's an optic. Go with an optic. Honestly, I think that's the first upgrade you should make on your rifle, is put an optic. Or like I said, if you're an iron sight fan, put iron sights on there. And you can upgrade your iron sights if you want to as well. I did go with an optic and iron sights on this one, and I went with the flip up Magpul iron sights on here. Super mid-range price, but they're super simple. So I used them in the event that my optic dies on me or gives out. The second simple upgrade that you can do on your rifle is a sling. So here is my very nice, I forget what the name of this design is, but this sling is from Gat Monkey. I came across them on Instagram one day and liked how their designs were just super nice and just different. So I went with a 2-point sling on here. 2-point means that you have 1 point here and 1 point here. That way when I get ready to sling it, this is how it would look. So I'll tell you on this side, 2-point sling. So I like a 2-point sling option simply because of the flexibility that I get personally. A lot of people don't get the flexibility that you would get with a 2-point sling versus a 1-point sling, but that's a video for another day. But a sling I do think is beneficial, and it is a very simple upgrade. Now, again, like all the things I'm gonna talk about today, there's several different sling options out there. You have the most expensive, you have the least expensive, you have the Amazon specials, and quite frankly, an Amazon special can do you some good. A sling, in my opinion, a sling is just a sling. It will allow you to be hands-free the moment that you need to be hands-free. And for me, it just looks aesthetically pleasing. So, but I do have the 2-for-1 in this situation, where I do like the way it looks, but it also is very useful in the event that I go out to the range, or if I have to have it for self-defense, I can sling this across my body or across my back and get to my sidearm in the event that that's what I need to do. So that's the benefit of having a sling, is to free up your hands if you need to, which is very, very important, especially if you're gonna run something like a rifle as your home defense. You wanna be able to put this down or let this go in the event that you had to grab something else, or grab your children, or grab something, and your hands need to be free of your rifle. Another upgrade, simple, that you can do is a trigger job. So I don't think it's necessary to do a trigger upgrade, but if you prefer a different trigger over the mil-spec trigger that come in most of the ARs, I would say yes, go for it, because there are several options out there. In this one, I do have the MBT LaRue MBT 2S trigger, which is the 2-stage trigger in here. And honestly, this is one of the most affordable triggers you can get on the market right now. It is close to those Geissele's. It's not a Geissele, but it is super close to them. And I really like it. When I was building this gun, I opted to go for this. I was gonna go for a Geissele SDG3 trigger, but somebody told me to try this one out, and I did. And I'm so glad I did, because it is a fraction of the cost of a Geissele. And around the holidays, you can get them for even cheaper. So a trigger upgrade, in my opinion, not necessary, But if you shoot rifles and you like the way certain triggers feel, you would probably want to upgrade the trigger, because the mil-spec trigger is just that. It's a mil-spec trigger and it's not all that nice to shoot with, but when you upgrade, you get a better shooting experience. The next simple upgrade that I think you can do to an AR or ARP is upgrade the hand grip. So this hand grip is a dye-free Kung Fu hand grip that has the attached base butt, or what, I forget what they call them. But it allows you to put 2 batteries in here if you need to. Shout out to them for sending this out. I first, before I even heard about dye-free code, someone let me shoot their rifle and it had a different angle. So if you can tell, the dye-free code doesn't sit 90 degrees, but I think they said it's like 10 degrees or 80, whichever one you want to go with. It's not 90 degrees standing up, but it's close to it. And I really like the grip of the dye-free code hand grips because just that feel, kind of almost vertical, feels better to me than canted with your A2 grips. And so this one is on all my rifles. And you can't beat it because they're $20. Like, dye-free code is making a killing because these things are affordable, yet they make the shooting experience way better. And then the last simple upgrade that I think you need on your rifle is a light. You cannot go wrong with a light, whether it's for your home defense gun, your dual gun, your all-purpose gun. It doesn't matter. I think a light is super, super important because any event that you have to use the firearm outside of your home, in the dark, at night, it doesn't matter. At least you have something to shine a light on. And if you don't, you can't really get a positive ID on your target. And that's the worst thing that you want to happen, is shooting something that you didn't mean to shoot because you didn't see it. So I do think a light is very important. I do have the Olight Odin Mini on here. Again, there's several light options out there. You can even do an Amazon special. On my AR-15 build, the very first one I did a Fiyaki. I think it's called a Fiyaki or something like that. Very affordable light, and to this day, that light still works. And I built that gun over like 3 years ago and have not changed the battery, and the light still works. So I think it's personal preference. Whatever you choose to go with, test it out. That's one big thing that I have to say to my followers and to those of you who follow me. We can't always go off of what people say as far as their preferences and what they recommend. I say try it for yourself. I love recommendations from people and I love to give you guys recommendations, but don't take it 100%. You want to make sure that you like what I recommend. So that means sometimes you might have to go out and try it. For instance, if you like a AR pistol in this platform, maybe you need to go to your local range and just try a setup similar to this rather than going ahead and buying it and then you spend all your money and you don't like it. So take everything I said at your own risk. Whatever you want to upgrade, you can. Those are just 5 simple upgrades that you can do that they don't have to break the bank, but they will make the shooting experience a whole lot better. Things I didn't mention that I upgraded on here for those of you who have not watched my video is I did put a Radian, this is the Radian safety selector, and I went with the 45-degree throw. So it is ambidextrous, so I can actuate it on either side like that. I did go with the Radian Raptor SD charging handle. It works best with suppressed guns. I did go with the pressure pad as well for my light. You don't have to put a pressure pad on for your light. You could simply just actuate the light from behind here once you detach the pressure pad attachment from it. But I did decide to go with the pressure pad because the way I grip my firearm, my thumb rests right there on the pressure pad, which turns the light on and it turns it off. So that's a good feature I thought that Odin gives you in the box. You don't have to go out and buy it separately. And then my magazine is a standard 20-round mag. This is another upgrade you can do. YouTube says you have to have less than 30 rounds, less than a 30-round mag in your videos. And so I did go out and get upgraded 20-round mags, but I do have a Difrico boots extendo on the bottom. So you get +2 in this 20 round mag. So now you got 22 rounds. Gosh, I can't even talk. And then obviously you can get, you know, different types of mags, different designs, all that good stuff. And lastly, the suppressor. The suppressor was a must for the upgrade. It had to be an upgrade. And if you know anything about shooting suppress, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, shooting suppress is the absolute best way you can shoot any type of gun, in my opinion. Not just rifles, even though rifles are the best. Shooting suppressed is the way to go. It mitigates that sound suppression. It doesn't completely take it away, but it does allow the firearm to not be as loud when you shoot. And we're talking about something that is 7.5-inch barrel. This thing is loud. ARPs are loud. So you put the suppressor on there, better shooting experience. Also, some suppressors can help reduce recoil and mitigate that recoil just a little bit. Not too crazy, but you can tell the difference. And yeah, the only thing about the suppressors is that they are not as easy to get as the rest of these upgrades. You do have to go through a process with suppressors, making sure you're doing your research with your state and local laws. That way you are obtaining your suppressor the right way. But this is probably the hardest thing to get as an upgrade, but everything else is readily available either online or at your local gun stores. So those are the 5, guys. Y'all let me know down in the comment section, what was the first upgrade that you made on your AR? And like I told y'all, my first upgrade had to be the optic. And then after you let me know what your first upgrade was, then let me know what other upgrades you've done to your AR. Again, this is a 7.5-inch barrel length AR pistol. So therefore it has a brace on it and not a stock, because the barrel length is 7.5 inches, which is less than 16 inches. So that's why she's a little shorty. And obviously without the suppressor on there, it's even shorter. The whole thing could fit in the camera frame without the suppressor. So that's it, y'all. 5 easy, simple upgrades. Y'all let me know down in the comment section if you will upgrade your AR if you haven't already done so based off of what you've seen today. Make sure y'all check out all my socials right here. Make sure you go and cop some merch if you want to. Thank you to all of you who have cop merch. It really means a lot. And don't forget to drop down in the description the Gundies Awards. So I have listed the Gundies Award link down in the description. Someone nominated me for an award. I don't know which one they had nominated me for, but if you guys want to nominate me, feel free to go in the description, click the link. You have until the 31st of October before the nominations and the links close. So I appreciate everybody who's going to take the time to do that. And until next time, stay armed, stay safe, and stay vigilant. Peace.